by breathing. Well, thank you guys so much for joining this flow today. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Just close your eyes. Get in your crisscross applesauce and just breathe here. And we're going to go ahead and bring up one hand. Just cross it over gently. And breathe here. If you want to, you can breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. Or you can just use all nose breathing. This practice is for you. Bring up that other hand. And while you're there, keep it crossed and just see how this feels for a moment. Let that other hand go. And twist. Come back to the center. And then open up your eyes. You can yawn if you want. Lift your hands all the way up. Hold yourself up. Bring them all the way back down. And go into your tabletop. So from here, we're going to go into our cat-cows. And really move with this cat-cow. Go and move side to side. Move in accordance to you. And take your time with this. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and bring your hand just a little bit closer to the center of your mat. And you're just gonna take your hand up and just slide it through. You're gonna thread the needle. Bring it back up. Cat-cow here. your spine back to neutral. Take that other hand kind of to the center of your mat. Not completely to the center, but kind of. Look up at your other hand and then thread that needle. And it's okay if you want to like crawl out your hands. And if that feels good. Or you can bring them back. Come back up into cat-cow. And I'm gonna go a little bit above my mat. And from here, we're just gonna hover for a moment and go out, then go out to your plank. Just to work out those abs real quick. We're gonna go into our first chaturanga, into our upward dog, into our downward dog. Now here you can pedal it out. You can really move through it. Or you can just stay still. It's really up to you. Lift up those heels, take your toes all the way to the front to meet your hands as we go into our chair pose. It's okay if your knees are bad. It's okay to be right up here. You can even spread out your feet just a little for this chair pose. That's totally fine. If you want to go really deep, make sure those hands slide up all the way. And stay here, and you can bring your feet together if you want to go really deep. If you don't want to today, modify. It's all about modification. I'm going to switch over to this side of my mat. And then see how it feels to bring your hands into prayer pose. Just take a few breaths here. Now swoop those arms all the way back up, right above you. Straighten up those legs and just lean back. You can even do your cactus arms here. Just look all the way up. Come back forward. Rise your hands all the way up and swan dive all the way down. It's totally okay if you bend your legs here. I want you to bend them here. Come halfway up. And come all the way back down. Step back into that chaturanga. Into a baby cobra first. And a fun fact about the baby cobra is that you should just be able to lift your hands up off the ground. If you don't, that's fine. Then go into your upward dog, where your thighs are off the ground. And it's okay if you want to stay in cobra and keep your legs down. This practice is for you. And roll into that downward dog. Take that right leg up. Make sure your hips are even. Bring it through the center of your foot. And rise all the way up into your warrior one. And then let's go out into that warrior two. Just for a quick second. Put your hand straight in front of you. Make sure that leg is bent at a nice 90-degree angle. Make sure you're sturdy. Make sure your hips are aligned. Make sure your leggings are all the way up. And if you want to make sure that your hips are in the right place, just bring up that back arm and like a clock, just swing it open. Take it to the back. Can you stay in the same place? It's okay. If you want to try it a few times, I usually try to do it 3 times. Just keep my hips aligned. Now hold it here. And we're just going to lean forward with our elbow on our knee. We're going to reach that hand all the way forward. And then take your time to come back into warrior two and lean all the way back into humble warrior with your front arm now reaching towards the back. I know, but try to keep that front leg at a 90-degree angle. Come all the way back up. Rotate back into your plank. Go into that chaturanga, into that upward dog, into that down dog. Give yourself some love here. If that means pedaling it out, if that means you're really stretching out those shoulders, bending your legs a little bit, so you can really get that shoulder stretch. That's fine. And lift up that left leg. Bring it all the way to the center. Into your warrior one. And then flatten that back foot. Bring out those hands into warrior two. I'm going to turn around my warrior so you can see me. And we're going to do that same exercise to check up on your hips are aligned. So take that back arm. Just bring it forward and straight up. Like you're a little clock. Make sure you bend that front leg at a 90-degree angle. Now take your elbow to your knee. Stand back into that warrior two. And then go all the way back into humble warrior. And smile. Back into warrior two. I'm gonna flip around back on my mat. And just come back into your plank, into your chaturanga, into your upward dog, into your downward dog. And come back, bring those legs forward. And sweep your arms up if you can into chair pose. And come all the way back down into your forward fold. It's okay if you keep your legs bent. Come halfway up and back into that chaturanga, into that upward dog, into that downward dog. And we're just gonna try that last series a little bit faster. Okay, so we're just gonna take up that right leg, scoot it all the way through into warrior one, into warrior two. You're just gonna check your hips 3 times, or if you want to stay like this, that's totally fine. And lean forward with your elbow on your knee. Then take it back into humble warrior. And come all the way back down into your plank. Into your chaturanga. Into your upward dog. Now sweep your hands all the way up into prayer pose. Come back down. Come halfway up. Step back into your plank, into your chaturanga, into your upward dog, into your down dog. And we're just going to take that left foot up, take it all the way to the center. Go into warrior one, slide out into warrior two, just to make sure that your hips are aligned. Bring that up like a clock. And then bring your arm forward. And bring it back into humble warrior. And come all the way back up into your warrior two. Come all the way back down into your chaturanga, your upward dog, your downward dog. And just bring your toes up and down, up and down, up and down. And then bring it into child's pose. And then come all the way back up into tabletop. Just do a few cat-cows here. Bring yourself back into your tabletop. Bring that hand a little towards the center. And go ahead, that hand all the way up, your left hand, and bring it all the way down to thread the needle. And you can crawl out your hands here. All the way back up. Cat-cow out your back. Bring your hand all the way up. And go all the way down to thread that needle. Crawl your hands all the way forward. You can close your eyes here. Bring it all the way back up into your tabletop. A few more cat-cows here. Bring it to a neutral spine. Bring yourself to the center of the mat into crisscross applesauce. Bring your arms all the way up. All the way up, and take that left arm to your right knee, just for a gentle twist. And take your right arm up. Hold it here for a moment, let it go, and twist. Take it back to the center, lift your hands all the way up. Into prayer pose, take it to the center of your chest. And namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining this flow. I can't wait to see you again. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, tell me what you think. Thank you so much and have a marvelous day.